your prepared speech.
In the heart of our vibrant city, amidst the towering skyscrapers and the ceaseless hum of progress, lies an often unseen struggle, a silent yearning for a warmth even money cannot provide. It is in the quiet moments of our bustling lives that the whispers of our elders call out for a tradition that once held generations together. Filial piety, the very foundation of Chinese ancestral heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, in Hong Kong, a severe shortage of care residences casts a long shadow on our elderly population. As the wheels of economy spin faster, public care homes overflow, unable to keep up with the rising needs of our aging society. By 2050, Hong Kong is projected toward the world's oldest society crown, not as a badge of honor, but as a looming testament to a crisis of care. In this city of dreams, where every square inch is a premium, private care homes have become a reluctant refuge for many. Yet, they're often crammed, understaffed, and left unregulated. The numbers speak an even more somber truth. The Hong Kong Census and Statistics Department anticipates a surge from 1.4 million elderly in 2021 to 2.7 by 2046. And now, if that figure were not daunting enough, let us reflect on the stark reality that 45% of our citizens aged 65 and above live in poverty. So, how do we confront this crisis? The answer lies in the revival of filial piety, in rekindling the flame that once illuminated the path to intergenerational harmony. To revive filial piety is to recognize that care for our elders is not a mere service to be outsourced, but a solemn duty to be embraced. We must champion the cause of our elderly. We must advocate for policies that address the shortage of care homes, ensuring that living conditions in care homes are dignified and compassionate, that the staff are well-trained, and that the service provided is as individual as the needs and stories of each resident. But beyond the reach of policy, let us look within ourselves, within our families and our communities. Let us be the pioneers of change, standing beside our aging parents and supporting community initiatives that foster companionship and care for those who find themselves alone. So, ladies and gentlemen, as our city stands on the threshold of a demographic shift, let us honor our elders, not out of obligation, but out of respect and love. Together, let us build a Hong Kong where every sunset is observed with dignity, and every elder is a cherished legacy to our traditional values.
Okay, this is a topic for your impromptu speech. The Asian Games being held in Hangzhou last year featured 7 esports events, including FIFA Online 4, Dota 2, League of Legends, and Street Fighter V. China took part in 3 of the 6 video game competitions at the 2018 Asian Games, which listed esports as a demonstration sport for the first time. What do you think of the inclusion of esports in big sports events?
Oh, my beautiful adjudicators. How I wish I had not listened to my mother and spent more time playing video games. I never thought I'd see the day where I wish I had spent more time in front of that screen, because right now I stand before you, clueless about the world of video games. Yet I have to give you my 2 cents. So, at the age of 7, I begged my mother for my very first Game Boy, and in return, I got some books and more math exercises. But here I am today with a little bit of video game experience and growing up with peers who were hardcore gamers. And what I've learned is that video games have come a long way. Oh, how wrong you were, mother, because today you can make millions of dollars from just clicking some buttons in front of a screen. Or at least, that's how simple it seems. Because when I tried it, it's not. In fact, it requires skill. It requires time, and it requires dedication. The same as any sport you would want to play. So I don't see how video games should not be included in sports. As you sit down in front of that screen and you try, your hands do shake, your pits do sweat, and your bum does get wet. And that is the reality. But yet, this is just how we perceive it to be. And ask yourselves, how much do you all know about video games? Personally, not much. Yet, it is the biggest hype today. I believe that it is necessary for us to move forward with time with the technological advancements and allowing video games to serve as a representation in the Olympics gives a voice for those who spend hours grinding and practicing. And who are we to limit the world of those who try, who work hard, and dedicate their time to something that they care about? And last but not least, it is the same friends who spent hours in front of the screen today work forward in the technological advancements that make a difference in our lives, our phones, our computers, and our iPads. So yes, I really don't see any issue.
Okay, thank you. Now let's proceed with your Q&A session. The first question is about your prepared speech.
So thank you for your speech. The aging population is, of course, a tricky one, especially in Hong Kong. Do you think there's more that I suppose the society and government could do to, provide more incentives and structures to kind of, help push along your concept of, Filial Piety?
I think the government is actually trying. In 2023, John Lee's policy address, there were programs and projects introduced to alleviate the stress on poverty and these elderly who suffer from poverty. But we need to look beyond the reach of policy, and we need to sow the seeds where it really matters at its roots, and that's with the youth. We need to promote filial piety and its values in the education system and also promote it through social campaigns and social projects where our traditional values are really integrated into the roots of our society, because that is how you really make a difference. That is where change really starts. It is with the young people who will grow up to carry on the values that we offer them and that we cultivate.
Okay, the question for your impromptu speech.
You told us how wrong was your mother not allowed you to enjoy video games, which has a consequence to you. So what were the things that your mom was wrong, and what are the things that your mom was right that shaped you today?
I think the biggest misunderstanding is balance. Doing too much of anything is unhealthy, and having that balance is crucial. The misconception is that playing video games leads to nothing, but really we need to ask ourselves, nothing is easy, and anything that's tough requires time and practice. So yes, not everyone can make millions of dollars playing video games, but not everyone can make millions of dollars from swimming either. It requires time and dedication, and that is what our parents needed to understand back then, to see what we're learning and what we're not from the things that we do. So it is okay to play video games in a healthy amount and in an organized amount. So time management, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's the end of your competition.